Now, I was in Mfuleni yesterday, and that's very close to Khayelitsha, and we're speaking with some women from the community, and they were talking about the treatment clinics in Mfuleni and the fact that the HIV clinic was separate from the clinic that treated all other illnesses and viruses. And they said that almost feeds the stigma a little bit more. People don't want to be seen at that separate container. How do we go about changing that? Should we be putting everyone under one roof?
It's a very difficult question, to be honest, because we had initially to focus, you know, and I mean, the reality is that our health services are completely overwhelmed, you know, and well, look at the stockouts that are happening right and left. We are overwhelmed. We are catering for, as I said, 3 million people, chronic patients across the country, or never before public service have been doing that. So it's packed. And we had to build a new temporary solution like containers, and we did the same in Khayelitsha with a specific building. I think with time, you're absolutely right, probably needs to be reintegrated to avoid the stigma. But it's important also to keep the focus, because this is a life-threatening disease. We don't speak about NCDs, non-communicable disease. This is really something that kills in the short term. What we have managed to do is certainly to integrate HIV and TB, because the two epidemics are running together. And probably in the future, yes, we'll have some more integration to avoid the stigma. But there are other means to avoid the stigma, as I said, and we keep working on it.
Yeah. What threats are there that are still prevalent in the battle against HIV?
The biggest threat is definitely to control what we call the incidence, the new cases. We, in a way, or to portray this, we manage now to get people to survive. As you know, everybody has seen those statistics. The life expectation in South Africa suddenly went up again. Why so? Because we managed to get people who were dying from HIV without treatment before, now to survive, and for the long term. But we are actually keeping an aging population there. What we don't manage to do for the moment, or we are not really successful, is to close the tap. And closing the tap is closing and cutting on the incidence on those, as I said, those young women, very young one, 15 to 25 probably, a little bit older men, who are not in our clinics, as I said, they have no time. And I'm absolutely convinced nowadays that we could try to reach out at them, and that's what we're busy doing with community services, to try to put them on a treatment, or to test them first, make sure they understand condomizing, and put them on treatment. But it's not going to be enough. It's a necessary condition, it's not going to be enough. So when you ask me, what are the new tools that we need new preventive tools, definitely, that can be controlled by those young women who are HIV negative. In our language, we speak about PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's a prevention tool. We have some pills that can do that job. We hope to have development in the future of some topical tool, so that condom or no condom, they are protected, and in a way that they control themselves.
Now, it's World AIDS Day. What do you want South Africans, to be thinking about today to further the progress we're making with HIV/AIDS?
Well, in a day like today, or in a symbolic day like this, certainly to think about where did we come from? Where did we make progress?
We certainly have come a long way.
We have come a very long way, definitely. And how can we push it further? And hence that's the reason to come out with this book. You know, it's to see a little bit what the lessons that we learned, the mistake that we made, the progress that we made, and how can we build onto that for the future. The challenge is different, the technical challenge. It's definitely now working on a new infection, and it means other strategies. all South Africans to be open about HIV status, speak about it in the neighborhood, with the family, with the children, make sure the children get protected, and I hope that in South Africa everybody can go around with a T-shirt like mine, and it just trigger a conversation, but not a stigmatization.
What does your T-shirt say?
HIV positive, it means this was a famous T-shirt. It was invented by Treatment Action Campaign in the year 2000, early 2000. It became famous the day when Madiba himself came to Kailicha, actually to help us, to rescue, and that's what the book tells that story, or because we are under threat. In that time, the government was not very supportive, as you know, of HIV treatment, and he came to a rescue, and in front of everybody, took off his shirt and put that T-shirt on. What does it mean? It means we are entitled to live, even if we are HIV positive. We want to have treatment. It's not a privilege, it's a right.
Dr. Comer, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jennifer, for having me here.